Welcome back, Meg here. Today I'm going to show you how to make some Halloween cake pops. To make your Halloween cake pops, we are going to start by baking a cake. So for that, we need 2 cups of flour and add to that 1 tablespoon of baking powder and a half teaspoon of salt. And just mix this together so it's all combined. In a separate bowl, we are going to cream together 1.5 cups of sugar and 1 stick of room temperature unsalted butter. Once that's combined, you can add 3 eggs, mix that up, and then you can add in your flour mixture. And then we're just going to finish that up with 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 cup of milk, and mix that until everything is well combined. You are going to need a 13x9 pan and just line that with parchment paper and spray lightly with nonstick cooking spray. Get your mix in the pan, put that in a 350-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. Once your cake is done, you're going to want to put that on a rack and let that cool completely. Once it's cool, we can make our frosting. So for that, we are going to cream together a half cup of room temperature unsalted butter and a half cup of shortening, and just beat that until it's all one color. Next, add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla, mix that again, and then we are going to add our powdered sugar, which is going to be 4 cups of sifted powdered sugar all together. And just mix that in slowly so you don't have sugar all over your table. And just finish that up with 2 tablespoons of milk. You're only going to need about a cup and a half of this mix. Let your cake cool completely and then crumble that into a bowl. I only used half the cake here because I didn't want to make a ton of cake pops. So just crumble your cake, put that in the bowl, and then add enough frosting to where you get a nice sticky mixture. And then put that in the fridge for about 2 hours. Once it's hardened up a bit, you can melt your candy melt. So I chose to use green, white, orange, and black, but you can use any colors you'd like to. If it's a bit too thick for you, you can also add a little bit of shortening just to thin up your candy melt. I got this cake pop mold in the craft store and it really didn't work out that well for me. I tried just forming my cake pops and then dipping it, and it didn't really work. So the best way I found to make these work for me was just by painting in with the candy melts the details and then the main color, and then placing my cake crumbs in the mold. So whichever way works for you, you can also just form your cake pops and then paint them later as well. I found the best way to do it was to paint in the mold and then place the cake crumbs. If you used one of these molds and had success with it, or maybe you have a different technique, definitely share it with me. I'd love to hear how you did it. Once you have all your designs done, you can put those back in the fridge or the freezer to harden, and also put your lollipop sticks in those as well before you put them back in the fridge. Let them harden up for about an hour, and then you can take those out and display. And a great way to display these is just with a little styrofoam ball, and that's a great way to keep them on your table for a party. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to check out my other Halloween treats. Also subscribe so you can see my new videos every Wednesday and Saturday.